Having been a school teacher for over 30 years, I tend to have a teacher approach in my classes. And one of the things that really interested me in yoga was to find an intellectual stimulation, not only for myself but for my students. And I found that in studying anatomy. I wish you'd go stand over there behind that thing, Elaine or Yvonne, because I'm like talking to the blank wall. It's weird
Can we
looking.
start that from the top then?
Yeah, we'll start. It really helps because I feel like I'm talking to the wall. Okay. Series has her little things, and I have my little things. Okay. Having been a school teacher for over 30 years, I think my approach to teaching yoga is a little, didactic, you might say, hopefully in an interesting way. I have studied with Jill Miller, who is the tune-up ball therapy queen out of California, and she's made quite a name for herself on the East Coast as well. She is very, very heavily invested into anatomy. So in order to get a certification from her, you do have to know a lot of anatomy, and you have to pass a rather rigorous test. So to help me study for that test, I did get a skeleton, and his name is Happy, and he lives in my yoga room, and I can show you areas of the body that you are opening or working when you are in class if you're interested. And I have muscle charts and all kinds of things in there that really do point more to the physiological aspects of yoga if that interests you. If it doesn't, you just ignore it. But I do speak in more physiological terms in a class if I think that class wants it. And usually that's the reason people come. I hurt here. Why does it help to roll out the infraspinatus? Because that's the muscle that takes the arm back. And when you open that up, you have more range of motion. What else?
Okay. So maybe you can just say, so I find that by including these,
Okay.
by including information about the anatomy, my students really do gain a deeper understanding of how their own bodies work or something.
Right. So incorporating anatomy into a class allows a student to visualize, I think, in a different way, their entrance and holding of a pose. The thing that we're working on right now that might be of interest to you, since a lot of yoga injuries are shoulder related, is to actually educate students about the dynamics of the shoulder, and it's very complex. But once you understand that you can flatten the shoulder blades by lifting the heart, then there's a whole different orientation of the upper body. So we're working on that quite a bit. Another thing we're working on is changing energy lines in the hands to protect the shoulders, moving those energy lines to the outside of the arms. We talk about meridians in the body, talk about chakras. If you're interested in learning about bandhas and holding those to access energy. So there are a lot of different things that go on that advance your understanding of poses, if that's what you're interested in.
And then I guess the last thing, why do you love teaching yoga? What's the most rewarding part of being a teacher for you?
Teaching yoga for me has been the next step sort of in my journey. Having retired from the teaching field, I guess I just need to teach. It fulfills something in me. It has offered an intellectual stimulation. I don't know if that's appropriate to say that. That sounds kind of snobby. Let's get that out. Let's get rid of that. I really enjoy the people I work with. When people come to yoga class, they are like-minded in their needs and their interest. So I've met some really nice people teaching yoga. It's a very give back kind of thing to do, like teaching. you seriously get back more than you give. I really believe that. In fact, I had a yoga instructor once who would not let me use any of my service hours as karmic hours if I was teaching yoga, because she said to me, you know it gives back more than you give. And so I think that's something to remember. And sort of the meaning of namaste is that in many ways. So it's reciprocal. And if you really love teaching, I think you get it, So.
Well, for me personally, one of the things I loved about teaching was I really felt I was making a positive difference in people's lives and in their well-being.
I'd like to believe that. Making a positive difference in people's lives may be hard to measure, but if they keep coming back, something good's happening.
I'm sure they tell you too.
Yeah.
So you might want to say something about it. And one of the things I love about teaching is that
When my students come to me and say,
That sounds so.
but you're allowed to brag about yourself. That's
Huh?
I mean, it's true. You're not fabricating this. I mean, it's
No, I
really
know.
true.
It just sounds so. Okay. Well, I thought I'd cover that with the testimonials. I have a real problem with food.
See, people are going to be looking at this and they're going, part of the purpose is, why should I go to Lee when I have other options? And so, they want to see themselves in what you say. So if you're saying something like, one of the things I love about yoga is I really do see,
Yeah.
my students can come to class feeling shitty and they leave class feeling
Yeah.
great. And it's very rewarding.
Can I say that? Yeah, right. No. I have been around this area too long.
But don't use
Right.
that
Okay.
word, but-
Okay. Well, another reason, cut that. I have a student, a gentleman who I'm not sure how old he is because he's very fit and takes good care of himself, but this is after years of physical abuse, many things, a lot of intestinal problems. He did some severe damage on his shoulder in a mountain bike accident and literally disintegrated his collarbone and a good part of his shoulder. He has been taking my class since I opened my first studio, so we're going on about 4 years now. And what has happened in his understanding of the shoulder dynamics is he can move into poses very strongly, being aware of right where he needs to be to protect the shoulder that's been compromised. And he's also said to me a number of times that he has never felt as strong in his core as he has become and felt in the yoga class. And he is very, very fit. He was a marathoner and has done all kinds of physical things. But that all ended with the accident and all the subsequent problems that he had not being able to work out. So yoga brought him back into a world of fitness where he could feel better about himself. I have had, again, the woman I was referencing that was moving into osteoporosis has really a different attitude, I think, about her own physical being because she holds herself more erectly and proudly as she moves. There are some of the people that I've dealt with that have physical challenges. It's, again, very hard to explain if you haven't done yoga or had these kinds of experiences. When you open those energy channels, when you begin to breathe with an awareness, things happen all over the body that make you feel better. So I have studied with Amy Weintraub, yoga and depression. She's very famous in that field. And I know from her, as well as, having the experience myself, that if you get down on that mat and start moving, start breathing, you can begin to feel better, whatever your issues are. And I just feel like when you understand how powerfully important the breath is to nourishing the body, then you can make some changes no matter how out of shape you feel you are, or how great your disability or challenge might be.
That's beautiful.
So then you just want to have a link that says, if you would like to learn more about my classes, visit
Okay.
the website, and you can reach me by phone at.
Okay. I didn't do the eating disorder thing that I'm doing too. I am working with some people with eating disorders.
Well, do you want to
Yeah.
mention that?
We
Yeah,
have-
with learning disorders, that could be its own word.
We may as well. I mean,
Yeah,
Okay,
take
all right,
advantage
okay.
of the opportunity.
Eating disorders in our culture are very common right now, and statistics tell us that a lot of people don't get better from eating disorders. So I am working with individuals. I don't have a group because it's sort of a private issue with eating disorders. Anna Forrest is the woman that I have worked with. She's very noted in the field. She had eating disorders herself, and there is again attention to breathing and focus and calm and meditation. All of these things are very powerful tools for that issue. So I have worked and am working with people with eating disorders, both bulimia and anorexia.
And then you just want to do your close.
Okay, so if you'd like to know more about my studio, please visit equiposeyoga@gmail.com.
That's your
No,
email.
that's my email. What do they do?
Yeah,
Dot is not dot. It's,
the website's yogawarrington.com.
oh, I know that.
Yeah.
I know that. See, I always think about that's your yoga studio, not mine. So, what is it? YogaWarrington.com.
Right.
Oh my God, no wonder they can never find it. Okay, yes, I'll send them to my website. So if you'd like to learn more about my studio, please visit YogaWarrington. Warrington Yoga.
No, not Warrington. That's why I sent
Not.
over to Old Town Athletic Clubs.
Oh,
Yeah, no.
so what am I doing?
Yoga Warrington.
It is yoga, okay. So if you'd like to learn more about my studio, please visit yogawarrington.com. Hope to see you soon.
Great.
Okay. Oh, I did not know that.
You did it?
Well, I know that comes up, but I thought that was,
You
oh,
just say, I hope to see you soon, and then smile because you kind of turned off.
okay. I hope to see you soon at Equipose Yoga, 92 Main Street, Old Town Warrington. Thank you.